I'm David McPherson. This is my wife, Melanie, and this is a little bit of our story.
Right out of college, we both entered a 2-year missionary program. I went to India, and David went to the island of Grenada. We became pen pals.
And then after we came back after the 2 years, we fell in love and got married. Seminary in Fort Worth, youth ministry summer camps in New Mexico, student ministry in Texas and Tennessee. And we decided after our kids were born, we would go back to the mission field.
We went to Vienna, Austria, and worked with college students there. Came back to America.
Came back to America after several years there.
Pastored
in Tennessee. Left there to plant a church in Santa Fe, New Mexico, because we'd always fallen in love with Santa Fe every time we went. And we were like, why are we waiting?
We were at the point in our life, it's like we want our lives to really count and truly make a difference.
My mom had gotten really, really sick, so I took early retirement. And we moved here to help my dad with my mom, and then my mom passed away.
What I knew about Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, rodeo, steak, and barbecue. I used to say you couldn't pay me to move to Oklahoma. So coming here, it has been such a wonderful surprise to know that there's so much more than just my limited view.
One of the first things somebody asked us in our neighborhood when they met us was, what church do you go to? And I thought, nobody would ever have asked me that in Santa Fe.
We had to find a church. We had never done that before. It was always a part of the job. We had this conversation of, how do people do that?
And I told Melanie, I said, I remembered reading this devotional on YouVersion Bible by Tim Manning called Doing Things That Matter. And that's what got us there. What kept us there was the way people took care of us, treated us, loved us.
They brought food.
They
came to the funeral. And we were thinking, you don't really know us. But we just felt very cared for.
And so it gave us a real sympathetic ear to folks that we meet now. This is my first Sunday. Oh, well, here, let me introduce you to several people. Doing that because we'd been through it, put just a new spin on it, I think.
I know that we both prayed, God, how do you use us now? The way God answered that was through this church. For David to be on the oversight committee, to speak, for us to teach, to mentor, to fix a meal for people, to make a cup of coffee.
To play with babies on Sunday morning.
Well, we did until it hurt our backs. But God has used these opportunities to fulfill us. David said yesterday, we're having the best time of our life. We don't serve in the same way at 60 that we did in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. You don't get to retire from serving. As long as you're physically and mentally able to, there shouldn't ever come a point where you can, I've done my part. Let the young ones do it.
Wherever we could help make our church an environment where Jesus was practical, we wanted to help with that. We wanted to be part of that. Worship has taken on a different flavor. I mean, there's very few Sundays where we aren't in tears.
I cry every Sunday.
Getting to be in a crowd where worship is really obviously genuine deepens my desire to know Jesus more.
Another piece of that puzzle is like we both learn and we get in the car and we talk through things. It's not about that preparation for what you're gonna do on Sunday. We get to just take it in.
And people getting baptized and the crowd going nuts to see what God is doing, to be a part of something where the Spirit of God is genuinely sought after, and it's phenomenal. We love our church.
We do. We really do. I believe God's about to blow the doors off. And if all you see is what you see on Sunday, and you're not serving and you're not in a small group, you're going to miss out on so much of that.
The word that comes to mind is go. Just go for it. Mentoring, discipling, we're big on that. We love getting to have this sense that we're investing in someone that's going to make a difference in how they walk with Jesus and how they invite others to do the same thing. Church is always one generation away from going down the tubes. If we don't keep investing in the next generation and the next generation and the next generation, we're going to lose them. So go. Keep going. Keep going forward. I want my life to count far beyond the earthly years I have.